The hidden wisdom of King Solomon that people ignore. There is a question that has followed humanity since the beginning of time. Why is it that even after we achieve what we desire, we still feel that something is missing? Perhaps you have asked yourself, what is the meaning of life? Why do we suffer? Does money really bring happiness? How can we overcome anxiety? Interestingly, one man asked these same questions nearly 3,000 years ago. His name was Solomon, the richest king of Israel. The man who possessed gold, power, influence, and knowledge. If anyone could answer the great mysteries of existence, surely it would have been him. But Solomon's deepest wisdom was not found in his wealth. It was found in his questions, because Solomon discovered something that most people spend an entire lifetime trying to understand. Human beings do not suffer only because they lack things. They suffer because they lack meaning. Imagine having everything you desire: palaces, wealth, fame, recognition, influence. Solomon experienced all of these things, and yet he wrote, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity." These words do not speak of despair. They speak of clarity. They remind us that what we buy may satisfy our desires, but it does not always satisfy our souls. Because the real question has never been, how much do I have? The real question is, why do I exist? And perhaps that is exactly why you're listening to this reflection right now, because there is something inside us that longs for more than success. Something beyond money, something beyond achievements. Perhaps that is exactly why you are here at this moment. There are millions of videos talking about money, success, and achievement, but very few people are willing to talk about purpose, wisdom, and faith. Prosperity and wisdom are not events. They are habits built day by day. If you want to strengthen your mindset, your faith, and your view of life, subscribe to the channel and become part of this journey. This channel exists for people who have decided to grow not only financially, but also spiritually and intellectually. Solomon began to observe life. Kings and servants, the rich and the poor, the wise and the foolish, and he realized that everyone shares the same fragility. Everyone grows old, everyone suffers, everyone experiences loss, everyone walks toward the unknown. And then the question that has followed humanity throughout history emerges. What is the meaning of life? Perhaps meaning is not found in accumulating, but in understanding. Perhaps life is not a race to possess more. Perhaps it is a journey towards seeing more deeply. Solomon also asked himself, why do we suffer? Why does pain visit good people? Why are there losses we cannot understand? Why do some wounds seem impossible to heal? And what's most remarkable is that he does not offer simplistic answers. He acknowledges the mystery of existence. He understands that life has seasons: a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to harvest, a time to weep, a time to laugh. Perhaps you are living through a difficult season right now. Perhaps there is fear, anxiety, uncertainty. And this brings us to one of the greatest questions of our time. How do we overcome anxiety? We live running, planning, comparing, worrying about tomorrow. But Solomon wrote, "Better one handful with tranquility than two handfuls with toil and chasing after the wind." What an extraordinary thought. In a society that teaches us to accumulate, Solomon teaches us to rest. In a world that demands speed, he teaches us to contemplate. In a culture that measures value by performance, he reminds us that the soul needs peace. Perhaps this is why so many people are exhausted. They have information, but they have no direction. They have goals, but they have no purpose. And that is precisely why this community exists. WP is not just a channel. It is a movement of people who have decided to prosper through wisdom, faith, and purpose. If this reflection is bringing clarity to your life, your subscription helps this message reach other people who are also searching for answers. Many people ask, does money bring happiness? Perhaps no one in history was more qualified to answer that question than Solomon. He experienced abundance, but he also experienced emptiness. Money can bring comfort. It can provide opportunities, but it cannot buy peace. It cannot buy purpose. It cannot buy meaning. It cannot buy the tranquility of a balanced soul. Perhaps that is why so many apparently successful people still feel lost, because the human heart desires something that money cannot provide: wisdom. The algorithm may have brought you to this video for a reason. Do not ignore this moment. Thousands of hours of reflection, knowledge, and growth have already been shared here. And if you want to continue strengthening your mindset, your faith, and your wisdom, subscribe now. Do not allow this to become just another passing reflection. Make a commitment to your own growth. And true wisdom is not simply knowing many things. It is knowing how to live. It is distinguishing what is essential from what is temporary. It is understanding that some things have a price, but other things have value. At the end of his life, Solomon reached a surprising conclusion. Fear God. Value what remains. Seek wisdom. Because true wealth is not found in what you accumulate, but in what you become. Perhaps the great tragedy of our generation is possessing more and understanding less. Knowing thousands of pieces of information and still not knowing who we are. Achieving much and still feeling empty. And perhaps Solomon's greatest wisdom is this: the human soul was not created merely to consume. It was created to find meaning, because some ancient answers may be exactly what we need to hear today. If this message has spoken to your heart, write in the comments, "True wealth is wisdom." Perhaps this is Solomon's greatest lesson. The richest man of his generation discovered that the greatest treasure was never gold. It was wisdom. And if you believe that prosperity, faith, and wisdom should walk together, subscribe to the channel, because WP is not just a place to watch videos. It is a community of people who have chosen to grow with purpose. And some ancient answers may be exactly what we need to hear today. If this reflection has touched your heart, write in the comments, "True wealth is wisdom." Perhaps this is Solomon's greatest lesson. The richest man of his generation discovered that the greatest treasure was never gold. It was wisdom. And if you believe that prosperity, faith, and wisdom should walk together, subscribe to the channel, because WP is not just a place to watch videos. It is a community of people who have chosen to grow with purpose. Thank you very much for dedicating these minutes of your day to reflect with us. In such a fast-moving world, choosing to pause and seek wisdom is already, by itself, a great decision. May God bless your life, your family, and your path. May He grant you peace in times of worry, direction in moments of decision, and hope during difficult days. And remember, some of the answers you are searching for today may come through the next reflections we share here. May the upcoming videos bring even more wisdom, faith, and purpose to your journey. We will see you in the next video. May God be with you.